Hey nerds, I just thought you might want to know that hobbies and personal side quests are actually okay. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about the concept of not getting rid of your hobbies. I had a conversation with a friend of mine the other day at the bar, and he told me about how he feels bad when he sits down and indulges in one of his hobbies or like watches a series or, plays a video game because he's currently in a state of his life where he feels the need to kind of get himself back on track. And while I feel that sentiment wholeheartedly, I completely understand, I couldn't help but want to grab him by the throat and just be like, don't you dare get rid of your hobbies. Fucking do something that you enjoy doing, because if you don't, then you're just going to get sadder and you're going to get seeped down deeper into the darkness that is fucking whatever this life that we're living is right now. It's not all bad, but you know what I mean. And it started making me think, and it made me wonder, why do we feel like that? Why do I feel the need to, if I don't finish the 17 tasks that I set out to do that day, to deprive myself of any sort of joy outside of that because I don't feel like I deserve it? It's this feeling of not deserving the happiness that comes from, partaking in a hobby, watching a series, watching a movie, playing a video game. And it's weird because I feel like we've traded this idea of a hobby or a side quest, if you will, for just cheap alternatives. And the cheap alternatives being social media to some degree, whether it be Reddit or Instagram or TikTok or whatever you fancy if you're still on Facebook. And it's weird because I just I feel I get it. I see myself whenever I don't actually set aside time to do something creative or something that I want to do for myself, then I find myself more inclined to just, whip out the phone and just start scrolling on Instagram to try to feel something. And these cheap alternatives are not giving us anything. Not really. Are they? Are you really? I mean, every once in a while it's a chuckle and you'll find something cool or whatnot. But do you remember it? I'm picturing there's an artist that I found the other day, and he's not very small. I'm no hipster or anything like that. But I cannot tell you his name. I'm picturing the art. It's this one. I thought it was kind of cool. It's this one. I have no idea what his name is. So genuinely, while even though you get this cheap alternative of pleasure to some degree, entertainment, it just seems like it's filling this void of something that you would actually rather be doing, but aren't doing because you don't feel like you have the time or deserve it. And maybe that's a weird concept that this generation or the time that we live in of just really fast-paced everything, we feel like we don't have time for anything. And it's interesting because we may not have time for anything, but we have definitely 3 or 4 hours a day to sit and scroll on the internet. When you look back on it and you look at your time that you spent on your phone, you're like, whoa, I was on that for 2 hours yesterday? When? Where? So it's just interesting because we take this time and we allow this time to go to this thing when, maybe we should be indulging in, I don't know, side quests to some degree. Indulge in a side quest. I was talking with another friend of mine at the bar the other day, and she was telling me how what she likes to do is she likes to just go and sit in her living room and do nothing. Do nothing. No phone, no music, no TV, nothing. She just sits there and waits for boredom to come. And once that boredom strikes, once that boredom hits home, she goes and does whatever the boredom kind of suggests, whether it's a creativity thing or a productivity thing, but it just, you find what you want to do, or at least she finds what she wants to do through that boredom. And I kind of want to take that and connect that with something that I talked with my therapist about the other day. And it's this idea of whenever I'm in the middle of a work project, maybe it's a really long project, like a 4-hour edit. And I just all of a sudden find myself jumping to the phone, jumping to Reddit, jumping to Instagram, just trying to find an escape into some sort of distraction from the thing that I don't want to do. And it's because of boredom. Because I'm bored of what I'm doing currently. And there's 2 ways that I can go about that. Either I can find the excitement within the thing that I'm doing, or I can allow myself to take a side quest. And I've been doing that a lot recently. I've been sitting there in the middle of an edit, and all of a sudden, for instance, I'll go back to the camera idea. I want to buy a new camera. So I just allow myself to take that 15, 20, 30 minutes to just go and side quest for a little bit. Go do some research. Go find a YouTube video that kind of gives me all the details and whatnot. Like, that is not going to do anything but provide me with information, as opposed to if I was just going to, take out my phone and just scroll on Instagram. What the fuck? What am I going to learn from that? What am I going to get from that? 9 times out of 10, you don't get shit. You don't get anything. So allowing this time to just side quest yourself, it's the perfect thing. Because, side quests, video games, side quests allow you to find secret items, secret weapons, build your character up so that the main storyline is easier to some degree. And that's exactly what we should be allowing ourselves to do, instead of just mindlessly scrolling. I hate how cliche this is, but is it not true? I don't know. I love this idea and this concept of the side quests. I think it's really cool. And a lot of the very interesting knowledge that I found has been because of that. And then I can take that and then I can work with that elsewhere. And it's not hindering my work any more than what Instagram would have done. If anything, I just come out of it with something a little bit nicer. I don't know, a better, I've learned something, I did something with my time instead. And if your side quest is you want to go do 100 push-ups, then go do 100 push-ups. If you feel the need to get up and move, move your body, then go do it. Don't distract yourself. And I think that's the thing, is we need to do more side quests and less distractions. Less cheap alternatives to what this thing is offering. And that brings me back to the point about hobbies. Hobbies can also be just side quests to your life. They're building up a skill. We're gonna continue with the video game thing, because I play video games. That's Tom. That's Tom from Toonami. Toonami people play video games, I guess, right? It's Yu-Gi-Oh. That doesn't help my case whatsoever. Anyways, we're staying with the video game theme. When you build up a skill, again, it's also contributing to the main quest. So doing a hobby, doing something like that, whether it be sports or, making a video or painting or freaking playing a video game, you learn so much. You can learn so much. We'll put it that way. You can learn so much from these things. As long as you're not playing Fortnite, then you're fine. But I don't know what I have to offer, or who I am to say anything, but I think that allowing yourself these side quests, allowing yourself these hobbies, you deserve it, dude. You do. Who's to tell you don't deserve happiness? You don't deserve to better yourself just because you didn't finish one task at work today. That's how I feel sometimes. If I have a whole list of things on my to-do list for work and I get 70% of them done, I feel absolutely like I do not deserve anything later that night, and I cannot enjoy it. So, but why? Who says? I don't know. That conversation that I had got me thinking about it, and it's funny because the way that it's typed down here is exactly, or almost exactly how I wrote it in my phone while I was a little bit tipsy talking to him, because we had this conversation, and then I was just like, damn. I try to do it all capitals, but my phone doesn't have caps lock. So it turned out that way, and it turned into the SpongeBob meme. So I giggled to myself at the bar, and then I was like, okay, we're going to keep it that way. But yeah, I guess long story short, make time for your damn hobbies and enjoy your side quests. Side quest, don't distract. Side quest. And that's okay. Anyways, thank you to everybody that came over from the other video. I really appreciate it. It's been really cool to see all the comments coming in and all the interaction. I'm still getting interactions on there. I'm talking to people. I actually just responded to one about an hour ago. It's really nice, and the amount of subscribers that came in from that, I think it was between 10 and 15 or something like that at this point. Fantastic. Super cool. I hope you enjoy sticking around. Let me know if there's anything that I should talk about, anything you want me to talk about, anything you want me to offer my 2 cents into. I'm no authority figure, but I do ponder on things sometimes. I think that's how I'm going to wrap this thing up. The only thing that I urge you to do, there's 3 things. You have 3 tasks. Oh, I just did that. Oh, no. Okay, you have 2 things now because I did that. Number 1 is subscribe. And then number 2 is side quest. Go side quest. Build up your character, guys. And girls. Lady characters. Go do it too. Alright, I'm gonna stop before I get myself in trouble. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.